There was moments I was like, I could just pull the fire exit door and like douse this place in water. Like there was so many moments I would think like, I just set a fire. Let's just do that. Arson, I can get away with that. Just plead insane. It's fine.
What made you all decide that this was the season for you to do Drag Race UK?
Well, I'd applied a few times before. So I applied for 2, 3, 4, and 5. And they didn't want me then. I just kept going. I just thought, oh, I'll try one more time. Because the video is like quite a long process to do as well. Isn't it? Like we all know.
Hell.
Yeah,
We are
there's a lot.
so thankful we never have to do that video again.
Auditioning is like almost as hard as actually filming.
The reality is, if they want you, they want you.
I kind of like held back from applying for like ages. And it's, I don't know, at some point last year, I was just like, what's kind of holding me back? Like, why are you not like seizing like an opportunity like this? And I was like, is it fear? Is it? And I was like, you know what? The worst that could happen, they tell you no. So I was like, let me just apply. Let's see what happens. And there she is. Period.
I was applying like for the previous seasons, but like didn't really do it properly and was like, yeah, just do it because I don't think you want to do it. And then like 6 is a number that's like kind of gone with me since I've grown up. Like my dad used to call me 6. To this day, I don't know why, but it's a weird, like nice little number. And also previously, like some of the girls were on it and some of my sisters. And Vanity Milan was like, hello, bitch, do it because you're stupid not to.
I had auditioned for 4 and 5 unsuccessfully. And again, I kind of thought to myself I wasn't going to audition for season 6, and I thought, no, do it, because every year that you do it, even if you don't audition, you progress in yourself. And yeah, like obviously, you know, season 6 is sickening, and that's why we're here. Also, like I did think, oh, maybe they won't put me on season 6. Maybe they wait until I am actually 50.
I've auditioned every season from 1, and then finally got on 6. So yeah, it's about time that we see some Asian excellence in this.
Ru messaged me on MySpace and I said, nobody does MySpace. So then he sent me a fax and I thought, well, that's a very exciting opportunity, because I thought I don't want to be old and think, I wonder what would have happened if I'd ever done that show. I wanted to live life with no regrets. So I was like, well, now is as good a time as any. Season 6, you know, it's quite famous. It was the Bianca Del Rio season of America. So I thought it was quite a famous one. So maybe it's got a similar sort of look for me to go in there.
I applied for 4, 5, and 6. So, you know, I wanted any of them. But I felt like 6, whilst I was applying, it felt like the right time because I wasn't as like stressed about it. Like the previous years, I was like psyching myself out, putting loads of pressure on myself. And then for 6, I was kind of like, I feel like now is the time where I'd go in and just have fun.
I got into a routine where I was constantly making for people who were going on the show. And I was getting to see people sort of wear my creations and get all this amazing feedback. And I kind of got to a point where I was like, you know what? I want to wear those amazing creations and I want to be the one getting the feedback for it.
I used to watch all these videos of everyone doing these press interviews and everyone says it will come to you at the right time, and I genuinely do feel like that. If I was on 7, I probably would be in a totally different place in my life. Season 5, I just wasn't ready, and like I was and am like confident as Octavian, like who I am outside the drag as well, so I just thought it was the best time.
So this was my first time applying for the show, and the reason for that was at this point in my drag career, I just felt ready. I felt like there needed to have some inclusion in terms of Filipinos, people of color. There can never be enough representation for a show like RuPaul's Drag Race within the LGBTQ plus community. I think it's so, so important. So to be part of the most diverse cast on RuPaul's Drag Race UK herstory, it feels so incredible.
Yes.
It feels correct. And going into the audition process, it just felt correct and it felt like it was my time. So now we're here.
Period. Here we go.
And where were you all, if you remember, when you got the call that you were on the cast for season 6?
In my bedroom, I was doing my vintage. I was trying to put all my stuff on vintage to make some money.
And then I got the call and it was like, oh my God.
I actually got the call when I was on the toilet. So yeah, so I let the excitement out, and yeah, it was kind of mad.
I was having a poo. I was on the toilet, and the call came through, and she was like, "Hi, Kyron, it's Drag Race. Are you free to FaceTime?" And I was like, "Can I just write my mum first, please?"
I had a premonition that I was getting on. I was like, I'm going to manifest it. So you know what? Even before this call comes in, I'm going to start sewing. So I was sat making what I was planning on wearing for the finale if I got on, sewing it. I was actually trying it on at the time. And the text message came through to call me. And I sort of thought, I'll take this off because it'll be awkward if I get rejected in my finale outfit. And that's when the call came through and I hung up the call. I went straight back to budgie sewing, just a lot faster and a lot more stressed.
Not the Final Destination Drag Race premonition. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh.
I was with my best friend at the time, and when they phone, they go, "Are you alone?" And at that point, he was playing TikToks on his phone. He was so loud, so I threw a pillow at him to be like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then I was like, "Yes, I am alone. Yes, yes, yes."
I'm obsessed with Best Friend at the time.
Oh yeah, this thing. They're still my best friend. It is Niall. Yes, they're still my best. But at that moment, I was like, "You're testing my limits."
I was waking up from a nap.
Wake up call. I was at work doing a Christmas private gig because it was during Christmas time, and they had booked the Bougie Corporation. So it's me and Honey Fox, and I had to just run off, get the call. And I was like, ah, and then walk back and pretend like, you know, it's just a little quick something.
I was doing Beauty and the Beast, and I had a little message say, could you jump on a Zoom at 10 o'clock in the morning? So I said to the director, can I just nip out for 10 minutes, take this call? Went into a little like broom cupboard, and they were like, congratulations, you're cast on scene. And I was like, oh, well, I think I swore, and I never swear. So that's how much of a shock that was for me. And I literally then, of course, I had to go back into the rehearsals, holding a script for pantomime, not being able to tell everyone what's just happened to me in the cupboard for months.
At home in the living room, making porridge. Boring, but it was the best porridge I've ever had in my life, so it's great.
I was inside of a grocery store somewhere in Battersea. It was like the most random thing, because obviously like I'm like, okay, I need to not make a scene. I'm literally in the aisles picking up bananas. Here we go. Let's keep it cute. They're like, hey, you just got to tell us that. Oh, guys, I gotta just keep it mellow. You know, there's general public around, you know, and DAs and shit. But it was like, yeah, I was literally in a grocery store.
I was home on my own because everybody from my family was like back home in the Philippines. So I was like screaming and shouting all by myself in this house.
You know, like when nuns talk about when they get the call, like, oh, have you had the call?
And something that's so amazing about this season is for the first time in the show's history, or herstory, should I say, we've got a cash prize. When you found out about filming, did it change how you perceived the competition at all and how you were going to go about playing the game?
Then he was like, there's money? How many dollars? And I was like, you just felt in the room, it was like, we're out for blood now. Friendship. Bye-bye. Like, it was like, it's just one of those things just changed and you felt it in the room, like the energy just like, oh, we serious.
That's when it solidified, oh, I'm on RuPaul's Drag Race. And it's just great for the fans as well. It ups the stakes and we're fighting for blood, mama.
But it changed everything. And it makes you really hungry, you know, to want to get as far down in the competition as possible.
I'm a very, very competitive person, so it doesn't matter if we were playing for 25k or for like a hula hoop. I'm gonna give it everything. But I would be lying if I didn't say that, you know, it made me wanna go for blood a little bit more, because it's 25k.
It was definitely an added incentive, but I don't think it made me want it anymore.
The money was just an added bonus. It was like being there in itself was like such a prize. Oh my god, shut up! Shut up! But like being there alone, I was just like so happy to be there.
I think it just made it just a bit more exciting, a bit more scary that there was money on the line, and everyone just seemed like they wanted that money to buy wigs and shoes and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it definitely changed the game a lot.
Or even just recoup the money that they paid for the
honestly
Honestly.
that part. I think when you start, like, I see it as this. If you've ever been to like a wrestling match, you know, like the sort of minor league ones, no one's really fussed about. But the second you start putting in Grand Slam kind of money, that's when people start bringing out real chairs, real glass bottles, real things that can actually hurt people. Because all of us, you're there for a competition, you're there to make money, and you're there to film a TV show.
Before you did the season, I'm sure you had a lot of perceptions built up over what it was going to be like to film and do the show. Was there anything that during or after you'd finished filming that was really, really different to how you imagined it to be?
But it's so difficult. The challenges that they put you through, you know, it's definitely challenging.
I think what's really strange, I don't know why I didn't think about it, like, and it sounds weird saying this now because I went in thinking that, oh, I'm just gonna have a kiki. We're gonna put some clothes on, it'll be cute. And I was like, oh, this is a competition. Oh, I have to do challenges. It's so strange. I don't know why. Like, and then I think kind of what was so strange is that kind of thing, like we were in this bubble for a while and then you come out into the big world and it's like, oh wait, no one knows what's happened. Okay, now we need to not say anything. I think that was the strangest bit for me because I was like, you had an amazing experience that you couldn't share with anyone. It's like and so we just had each other. So the girls, we've been like chatting on it. Like, because that's our safe space. We can't tell nobody, not even the wall. You don't know who's listening, honey. Oh, these NDS.
Yeah, I mean, that was another thing, like having to alter, you know, I told everyone I was back home in the Philippines, back in the islands, and then I'm suddenly back, and then, you know, you have to lie for 6-7 months that you've just been away for summer camp.
I did not know half the things we had to do. And also, little scoop for you, there is new challenges in this season that have not been on any other franchise of Drag Race ever that we all had to do. Brand new.
Yes, like we're there and we meet our sisters, but we also don't really get to talk because we get put on ice all the time. So I think, like, actually for me, the hardest thing was the isolation and not being around, or just not being able to like decompress at the end of a day, apart from decompressing to a wall. You know,
that wall has heard some things. You're on the journey back and it's like, this is kind of might be your time, but also no. It's not really, because you can't really fully talk about it. Hold it for like the next time that you can, and hold it for your interviews, your little confessionals.
You just by yourself a lot. Even though you're around other people, you actually by yourself.
Yeah, just that little moment of, oh, it is actually just me, myself, and I talking to myself, me, and I. Like, and I do that on a regular basis. I didn't need to do it then.
Me and my 7 personalities do be having dinner together every night. But
Listen, all the time.
I take ages to get to know people, so I thought I'll get there. I won't really enjoy anyone's company. Like, it'll just be drag queen stuff. Like, everyone will be really loud, really bitchy, and it won't be that fun. But actually, really got on with everyone. Really liked everyone, and it was just a ball from the minute we were there.
I didn't know what to expect, like food-wise, but the food was the best food I've ever ate in my life.
Oh, it was so good.
Well. I would do Drag Race every day if I could just have that food.
I think I put about a stone on when I was there.
It's very daunting going to a place that you don't know anyone. You've met production through FaceTimes and through calls, but putting faces to names, and then immediately you have to trust these people with a lot of who you are. And you don't have a phone, so they take that away from you. So you have no connection to the outside world. And at the time, I was very reliant on my best friend Niall, my friends at home, my parent, your support networks. So suddenly I remember being like, well, Lil's going to be my mother from now on, and I'm going to go to Lil's every problem I have, and I'm going to sit next to her in the bus, and I'm going to go, Lil, what should I do? There's moments like that then, yes, you don't have your outside connection, but then you have to make the connections with the people around you, and you go, do you know what? I'm going to get to know these girls even better because they are my support here.
Who would you say was the kindest queen on the season?
Ooh.
Oh.
It took us ages to think.
I would say Saki is very kind and Chara is very kind.
I'm going to say 3. Chara, Lil, Dita as well, because we actually had our nice little shindigs, our little moments, which was nice.
Marmalade, just because on day 1, I had an outfit malfunction, and just second before we got on stage, Marmalade was there with a thread and needle, and I was like, this is my bitch.
Zahira.
I'd say Chara.
I'd agree. I'd definitely agree on Chara.
I'll give you a 3-way tie between Zahira, Kiki, and Octavia. I would say all 3 of them were there for me at different points when I needed them, even if it was at the expense of themselves, which I always love and appreciate.
Ooh, I'm going to say Charity.
Oh, to me, it was Kyra.
Dita actually for me was my kindest.
Octavia was always very, very kind, very sweet.
Saki was really good, and she was very, very kind to me.
Yeah, let's go with Saki.
And then opposite end of the spectrum, who was the shadiest queen this season?
Girl, this is a cast of shady lady. I'll say that. 5 o'clock shadows all round.
Marmalade.
Marmalade's quite
Marmalade.
shady.
Marmalade.
Yeah.
Marmalade had a bit of shade with her occasionally.
Actually, yeah, Marmalade was pretty
Yeah.
shady as well.
In a
Secretly
good
shady.
way, like
Marmalade is secretly shady, but it's just like, oh, I kind of love
surprises
that.
you. It surprises you when she comes out and you're like, oh, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
The shade that came out from that woman's mouth was
Yes.
so hilarious. And it was
She may
so
look
clever.
innocent.
That makes me so happy. At the press event, I was asked what my biggest fashion faux pas would be. And I just very earnestly described exactly what LaVoie was wearing while she was sat right next to me. No other reason, and it was just horrible.
Chanel.
Chanel, full stop.
We got a lot of drama from Chanel. And I think she likes to stir. She likes to put that orange. Chanel O'Connor.
Zahira had her shady moments. Dita, girl, this is a cast of shady lady. I'll say that. 5 o'clock shadows all round.
Chanel and Dita and Marmalade are kind of tied for shady.
You know, you can be shady and you can be bloody horrible.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm shady.
What would you say is one thing that your fellow competitors underestimated about you?
They thought I would be old school, not with the times, wouldn't be able to turn it out maybe here and there, and just not to keep up. And I think I shocked them many a times, not because I think I'll play it very nice in the workroom and I'll talk to you all and then we'll just go hang and try and knock them out the water when it comes to the challenges. And I don't think they were prepared for the nerves that these shows bring up. And that was something I'd experienced in, so that helped me in a way.
That I sing.
Not many of the queens knew who I was, so I think I underestimated them just because they didn't know me.
I would say for me, how tapped I was. So, like, at any point, there was moments I was like, I could just pull the fire exit door and, like, douse this place of water. Like, there was so many moments I would think, like, I just set a fire. Let's just do that. Arson, I can get away with that. Just plead insane. It's fine.
My resilience. Because there are some things during this season that where I may have stumbled a little bit, but I think that you wouldn't expect me to keep going so much.
I'm going to say my looks, because I think my drag in general, I'm very bright and colourful and a bit tacky, but I think I showcased a different side to myself this season that people didn't expect.
Oh, you had some fab looks.
You're so right. You're so right.
A lot of people probably underestimated her as not being, having maybe much more talents than shaking her ass and, can I say it? Can I say that word? Derriere, shaking the derriere.
Whatever you want.
Oh, she can say whatever she likes. Okay, like I was just like, oh, she's more than just, a girl in lace. And I think I was shocking myself, and I think the other girls were shocked too.
There's this preconceived notion that I'm just like a pretty girl, but I've got lots of talents, baby, and you're gonna see it this season.
I think people just thought I was going to be a seamstress. I was just going to be looks based, but like Kyron, I'm actually an actor first. I am first and foremost a performer. People don't expect for me to be quite so, I guess, cutting and funny and to excel in those sort of challenges. So that was certainly my secret weapon coming in.
Don't know if everyone knew that I'm just a bit of a, excuse my language, a bit of a twat. Like, I just don't take myself seriously. I don't, maybe because the way I paint myself, I just look like a bitch and I don't look approachable. So I think maybe people just didn't expect me to be like just stupid and like funny and not take myself seriously.
I guess it's kind of the opposite of Marmalades for me. That because I scream and shout about how I'm an actor and a performer, that they might think that I'm going to look like shit or not be able to sew. And maybe they're right.
If you didn't do Drag Race UK, which reality show would we see you on?
The Traitors.
You'd be great on The Traitors.
I'd be fabulous. I'd kill them all.
I'm literally a Gogglebox super fan, so I would love to go on Gogglebox.
I think for me, the Great British Bake Off, I can't bake, but like it looks cute and like you just get to eat cake and have fun and, you know, put things in the oven. It's great.
Sensi and Suspicious Parents.
I like Bargain Hunt, but I don't look good in a fleece.
Kiki's going to go on Bad Girls Club. I'm answering for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That or
So,
like Daddy's
yeah.
London or something.
Mine was either a call between Strictly or Drag Race, so I'd love to be on Strictly. Hey.
Love Tipping Point. Oh, I like a bit of Ben Shepherd.
It'd be really funny if I was on I'm a Celebrity. Because imagine me
gosh,
just
no, I
screeching
couldn't.
because I see a rat. I'd be like, they
couldn't.
could wrapping snakes
I
around
couldn't.
me, getting me to eat insects and all of the parts of the animal body.
I
I'm like,
couldn't.
okay, cool, let's do it. But I'm a scream before.
I would probably ask you something like nice and cute, like, Bake Off, or like make me cook something, like, I don't know. I just want to eat. You know what I mean? I don't mind in a cooking show.
Yeah, but and I'm a celebrity. You can eat too, Ree. You can.
I want name that spider.
like,
What is?
Cows parts.
Cockroach and all these dirty legs and all the jungles. I like it.
Ooh, Bake Off. Bake Off. I've always said Bake Off. I can't bake, but I just feel like it'd be a really good thing to challenge myself.
I'm a celeb. No, I'm a celeb. I wouldn't be a celeb if I wasn't on the I'm not a celeb now. I don't know. You Bake Off, probably. I don't know.
I'm a celeb. Oh, I'm not a celeb.
We need I'm a Civilian. Civilian. We need I'm a Civilian.
I'm a Slovene. Get me out of here.
I just spat all over my screen. Oh my goodness. Okay. What one word would you use to describe season 6 of Drag Race UK?
Chaotic.
Just one.
Extra.
New.
Fresh.
Dazzling.
Sickening.
Fierce.
Fabulous.
Elevated.
Money.
Discombobulated. Okay, period.
Marmalade.
Oh,
Wow.